Welcome to some more good old Shadow the Hedgehog. You can just call me Stent. This game is now officially, as of time of recording this, 20 years old yesterday. To think, just... I do gotta wonder where the time has gone, really. With 20 years of wondering what it means when... what a Nermi is, going off of what's in the background of it. I'm pretty sure you can't even read it here, but... it's like, what is a Nermi, I have to wonder. I think Ian gets asked that question a lot, but still. 20 whole years. 20 whole years of Shadow being stuck brooding on this hillside. Assuming that this game isn't 20 years of Edge, yep. 20 years, presumably, of Shadow being in a time loop, assuming that of the implications of the true ending, where all the endings didn't happen at the same time. Did happen? Question mark. Probably go into a little bit more of it when we actually get there, but I do gotta wonder if the real-time fandom got that particular element of this whole story right, where Shadow is just stuck in a time loop. Being forced to watch Maria constantly getting shot over the course of 20 years.
And who is this Maria?
You gotta admire the mental fortitude on this guy to suffer 20 years at this. I mean, granted, he probably doesn't remember each time loop, question mark? I'm pretty sure nobody does, just... I imagine if there was one character who'd know about the whole time loop thing, it would probably be Sonic, just so... It's like, you know, assuming all the stuff we saw with him apparently remembering the events of 06. Apparently he could just remember time anomalies. Figure that one out.
I have a feeling I've asked you the same request of you before, over the course of 20 years.
Who are you, and how do you know I'm Shadow? And what are you talking about?
Notice the capture cards seem to be acting up with the color. Well, hopefully that won't be the case here. Just let me know if it is still the case, and I'll see if I can look into it, because... it's like, I don't think it's gonna be like Cyberpunk where any capture cards or anything are constantly getting burned up by how hot the PC is. I still can't believe that happened, just... Hopefully we won't see a repeat of that in the future, but... yeah, I'm not entirely certain as to what might cause that. Anyways, let's go back to Westopolis. 20 years of running through the same level at the start of each story. Especially notable with how much red there is on the screen. Odd that. Because I don't want to be the case where I have to buy another graphics card, because I'd rather not that be the case. Anyways, time to do some more dark missions. Sorry, Sonic, we'll get your time will come eventually. Don't shoot my friends like that. There. Now it's time to just go around and shoot more people. I'm fairly certain people have boiled this exact level down to a science with how many times you have to run through it. Yep. Sonic is dead. The timeline has changed. Now it's time to play a little bit of Doom. Yeah, for some reason Shadow still thinks, yeah, just trusting this evil starfish-looking thing with the Eye of Sauron on it is completely fine. He's absolutely the most trustworthy person here. You know, not the guy who said he apparently knew me from some event in the past. Again, still have no idea as to how Shadow still doesn't remember, even though, you know, Sonic and Rouge and all the other characters were there. I'm fairly certain they'd be more than happy to fill him in. But then, of course, we wouldn't have Hedgehog May Cry over here. I think I've gotten all the, yeah, I think I'm mostly up to date with all the enemies I have to defeat / kill. Yeah, I feel this is the first instance of the homing attack feeling really sort of automated. There was like a notable delay between you pressing the button and it actually locking on, so you know for a fact, yep, that's definitely gonna go over there. Like, here's the jump dash. And, also doesn't help that the homing attack is a lot slower as well, so you just... It's like you know. For better or worse. Shadow games having more combat-focused DMCs. I mean, I say that, but I don't know. Still don't think that combat is necessarily something that meshes well with the standard Sonic style of gameplay. Like here, I think is a decent balance where the combat is sort of kept to a minimum. That and the guns are super powerful. So it's like you don't really have to worry about combat at all. It's more just sort of added flavor here on top of the standard Sonic gameplay, because you know, you still have the light dash, the spin dash, all that good stuff, the homing attack. I mean, technically speaking, I'm fairly certain you could just go for this game perfectly fine without actually using the guns. Or the funny punch that Shadow sometimes does. Ah yes, once again, they all fled somehow, despite this city basically being turned into a war zone in under like 30 seconds. It's like, ah yes, the whole world is going to look like Portland. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, I think... Am I missing one again? It feels like I'm missing one again. Let me just have a look around here again. Anything over here? Doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna trust that I gotten everything. I'm not sure if you can actually destroy the helicopter, to be perfectly honest. Ah, well, I'm sure it's fine. Let's just go and kill all the Hermans. The Hummans. Oh, isn't it super cool how you can shoot the machine gun while falling? It's just like all those like 2000s edgy action films. There, I win. Having good authority that Portland ain't so bad.
Anybody who gets in my way is my enemy.
Well, you never know. There we go, I got an A rank that time.
Perfect.
It's like I'm semi-good at this game all of a sudden. Yes, all those people that are working out how many jokes about Portland I've made throughout all my collective streams combined. Sir, I've come to announce that the streamer isn't funny. He keeps repeating the same jokes over and over again. Commissioned to kill him. Sir, are you even listening to me right now? I mean, I guess people seem to like him for some reason. I guess I don't know, sir. I don't think he's got that much to appeal to him. I mean, aside from the obvious two reasons. I mean, I'm sure you're into that, sir, and I don't want to really judge, but still.
Deploy the troops now. And if you find Shadow with the
I don't think that really has anything to say what I was about to say, sir, but, wouldn't you be better off going to a cake stream or anything? Permission to evaporate this bleed.
You can't fool me, Shadow.
No.
This time, you're mine.
Okay, I got vaporized for a second there, I guess. I feel this one at the very least does follow up on the Gun Commander's, the previous cutscenes best. Just this particular cutscene, I feel it makes the most sense given... Oh! Gun Commander just said to kill Shadow, so here they are with the gun soldiers getting ready to kill Shadow by hitting him with the sticky.
Stupid humans.
Weak.
Very impressive, Shadow.
It's like in terms of all the dark, in terms of all the sort of dark story levels, I feel this one could be considered the most canonical, given what a lot of the cutscenes tend to depict. It's kind of weird, just, the The latter half of the Dark story doesn't really make that much sense, but it feels like it's the one which all the detail went into, considering it has the most blur cutscenes associated with it. Because it has the arc blowing up the White House. That's a blur cutscene, and then there's another blur cutscene we're going to see in another level coming up. I don't think the hero side of the spectrum gets any blur cutscenes, weird enough. Anyways, welcome back to the digital circuit. My name is Shadow and I can't escape. Time for a repeat of this level, I guess, since we're going the full semi-dark route. Again, you'll see, but me personally, I kind of feel these endings are sort of the most uninspired slash mediocre of the bunch. It's like, all of the other ones at the very least have something interesting going on, but the we'll see when it comes to the semi-dark. Bill doesn't really have that much to distinguish it compared to pure dark, unfortunately. Welcome to the internet. Take a look. I'm not sure how much of that song I should reiterate here, because we know how it goes. Have a little bit of everything all of the time. Have a little bit of everything all of the time. I think that's the only part I can get away with singing on here. Not because apparently people like me singing. Oh, hey Rouge. Thank you for saving me from sliding into this laser. Never mind. You have failed me, Rouge. Yes, how about we have a look for it together? Oh, annelid. Okay, so that's what they're called, as opposed to just worms. I don't know, it feels as though in terms of all these cyberspace areas, this is something that should be really quite nostalgic to me, because of course we have this, we have Tron, we have the Mega Man Battle Network games. I feel as though a lot of games I used to play in the past had a sort of cyberspace sort of attribute to them. Honestly, it is a wonder why I didn't continue to get into Digimon, given that sort of context. I feel like it would have been right up my alley. Don't look yourself up here. Yep. I mean, I suppose that seems extra pertinent with you around here, though. Let's just be honest. And that's all I'm gonna say on that matter. And then again, that probably goes for the rest of the cast, doesn't it? Just, I suppose on that topic a little bit, sort of semi-related. Can you get your worms to stop shooting me, please? Yeah, just.
Not here.
Okay, that was a mistake.
Not here.
Anyways, what I was saying. I suppose with regards to a lot of modern content these days, where you have sort of I suppose all these sort of romance-ish sort of books going around. Like I think the big one going around right now is like Milking Farm or something of that to that effect. And it sort of led me to wonder as to whether slash fiction and by extension stuff like Twilight has just ruined fiction for everybody, considering how prevalent it's become in all the modern releases nowadays. Obviously, I'm probably not the best person to be talking about this, but it's something that I can't really help but notice. Just, I'm not sure whether or not it's something that's entirely Twilight's fault. Maybe it is just for making it as mainstream as it is, because I know that stuff like slash fiction goes back to like the days of Star Trek, obviously. Twilight. Oh, you really think that Twilight? Yeah, I think the main thing is that Twilight has sort of just normalized that sort of thing for a lot of people. As to just, in the past where it was just sort of relegated to the internet. The mainstream, yeah, the mainstream effect. It's kind of a shame as well. Because I know a lot of people tend to look at Twilight, especially the movies, as in more sort of an ironic manner, but I don't know, just the sheer amount of damage which has been done to culture at large just because of what those movies sort of promoted, and those books sort of promoted. It's just... I don't know, I think I may be in for a little bit of a round 2 for the anti-Twilight phase. What do you think? What do you think? Just on sheer grounds of how it's affected culture at large. I mean, obviously, one of the most obvious examples that really comes to mind for me is the Acolyte, where you just... Well, there's the armor. We're not going to get that this time around. Yeah, mostly the Acolyte is a good example, where it just turns into just this Harley Quinn romance. I think that's a good way of putting it. Just Harley Quinn romance just taking over all aspects of culture. Of course, you got the semi-troubled heroine being corrupted by this effeminate bad boy sort of character, and being turned to evil and doing evil things because evil is sexy and whatnot. I don't know, that's just sort of the impression I get at the very least. What do you mean, Warren Logan? I'm going in the direction you're asking me. Argue it's time to have standards, but yeah, act like basically going this sort of first draft nonsense. I'd say it's long past due we started having standards, to be perfectly honest. But I think this sort of thing becoming something people notice more, and is something that is sort of laughed out of discourse. It's really, it is just at the end of the day a good just example of why gatekeeping is a thing in fandom. And it's like, I know that a lot of people don't tend to like the term gatekeeping, see it as a sort of ugly word and want it to be all-inclusive, but I don't know, we've seen how being inclusive can normally affect stuff. Just look, if something is for everybody, then by extension it means it must also be for nobody. That sort of thing. At least that's the impression I get. We just end up trying to appease too many people at once. Trying to appease everybody and appeasing to nobody. I think that's a astute way of putting it. Also, it is nice when I'm actually able to climb and shoot. I don't remember being able to do that in Reloaded. Just let anyone produce these things and we have nothing yes man wanting to give your ideas, otherwise they lose. Yeah, I think the yes man thing is also just a constant problem. There's nobody there's no equivalent to the loud American just in there just like, nope, can't do it like this. Doesn't make any sense. Because I know loud American is more sort of a Japanese term for just, well, usually an American who is often there to shoot down more outlandish ideas like that for those that won't actually sell. And I suppose it's a cynical way of putting it, but it's the case of people buy what they want and want what they buy. For the most part, at the very least. At least that's how it should be.
It is a strong possibility that this was also committed by the Black Aliens.
Tell the commanding generals that
Again, with the whole CIA mainframe thing here, it really feels as though Digital Circuit is supposed to be the quote-unquote canonical route you're supposed to go for your playthrough. Also sort of makes the picture of Shadow just there in front of the White House just to feel a little bit more sad, really. Just like, aw, Shadow used to be a hero, even though there was hardly any time for Sonic and Shadow to take this picture after Heroes. That's a good question, actually. How long has it been since between this game and Heroes, now that I think about it? Because surely in that time, Sonic or Rouge would have pulled him aside and been like, hey, let me just fill you in on everything that you don't remember.
Dr. Eggman? Maybe he can tell me about those black creatures.
Again, the whole amnesia subplot for this whole game doesn't really make any sense still. Would have been Rouge for... Yeah, especially considering, you know, sends all the files on him to Gun, including the one with his older brother Yoshi on it.
Oh, Shadow, I'm so glad you're here.
Clearly she didn't, which isn't... Yeah, exactly. It's like, for all intents and purposes, this game never should have happened, but and yet here we are. Unfortunately, we won't be saving any boonies this time around. Sorry, Amy. Instead, we're just gonna go for a clean shot for this level. Just no nonsense, just gonna get to the end of the level. See you later. Yes, hello again, Amelia, for me. This is, I think, the only level which Amelia is actually in, weirdly enough. It's kind of a shame. Just, I guess when she was relegated to being more of a background character compared to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, who, as far as I'm aware, do get some... Okay, so I think you do have to light up the fire in order to proceed, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore everybody and just go for this normally. Which means I can shoot everybody without remorse. Yeah, it really feels at this point in the series, Amy wasn't really considered part of the quote-unquote main four as she is nowadays. Because, let me think about it. Sonic gets, like, technically 3 levels he's in this game. Knuckles gets 2. Actually, Knuckles gets 3, considering we're already going to another one he's in. Tails, I'm fairly certain, gets 2. Omega gets 2. Rouge gets 3, I believe. Could be wrong. Maybe Rouge also gets 2. Actually, no, Rouge gets 3.
Oh, where did she go?
Bunny! Bunny, 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 bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Aguilas Welding consecutively boom started back. Yeah. I can definitely see that. Oh yeah. That's a nice little thing this game introduces. The, what I'm referring to as the null power-up, where you hit an item box and you just get nothing. You get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir.
I can use the control stick to
I mean, I don't necessarily mind Amy being in the main four. Honestly, given how Knuckles is as a character, I wouldn't mind Amy actually taking Knuckles' place as part of the main frame, just letting Knuckles have his own sort of solitary adventures on his own, where he just sort of mingles with the rest of the cast when is appropriate. Because, yeah, I definitely feel with the whole sort of roving around and adventuring sort of thing that the Sonic cast tends to go for, that, yeah, it would make sense for Amy to be traveling around more with Sonic and Tails rather than Knuckles, who's, you know, doing Angel Island stuff. Oh yeah, these freaky looking things, which I'm guessing they're supposed to have some sort of teeth. It's like, what is the anatomy of these things? I do have to wonder. What is Cream doing? Yeah, Amy just said she got lost in here. Kind of strange given, you know, they should probably be hiding from the alien scourge which is going on, the incursion, but I guess not. Yeah, I think we can just go through that door, honestly. Yeah, we don't need to worry about above. Ah! We also got the funny jump scare lanterns from Heroes as well. Yeah, with a lot of the architecture, this really just sort of feels like Discount Hang Castle in a way. Just a lot more green. I mean, I'd still say this is one of the better levels in the game, just by proxy of basically just being a Heroes level, but still. Grenade out! Oh yeah, I could just spin kick in the air, which Look how cool he is. This attack is basically useless, but it's cool nonetheless. Also, yeah, you can punch. Oh yeah, there's also a thing over here. Let me just break this open. I think it would actually be more interesting to have Robotnik here, on honesty. I think there's supposed to be a key here. You know, I think Robotnik will be a little bit more objecting to us just constantly blasting holes in his walls. It's like, I just had the down payment on this place, Shadow. Can you please stop making holes in my stop blowing holes in my castle? That seemed just a little bit too obvious a joke to go with. Sorry, Robotnik, there's no other way for me to advance other than destroying your robots. What are you doing? My god, Gordon. Also, no idea what this is supposed to be. Just POV going through an intestine? Yeah, I think we could just not bother with the chow here. I have my own agenda here, Robotnik. Now, here's an interesting little segment to this particular level, which made it all the more memorable for me. Let's just go up here real quick. Try poke. Oh yes, poke around a little bit. That's a good way of putting it. Ooh, free rails. I wonder what this means. Not even Robotnik knew. And what is that? What is that? Just rapidly approaching me at maximum speed. Yeah, this particular, oh. That was shorter than I remember it being. Yeah, that, whole particular segment. Still have no idea what that was, but first time I went through that, wasn't expecting it. Let's just say I wasn't able to sleep. At all for the following night. I was that spooked. This is like back when I was 10, though, so... Only a B rank for that, huh? That's a shame. Yeah, normal missions, I feel, are mostly just... are the ones in which, time is the most important. As opposed to just light or dark score.
Another chaos.
You can hardly tell, it just looks like a big, sort of, lens flare. Robotnik, we were just working together. Oh, you know I was here this whole time.
They hold the secret to my...
Enough of this nonsense! The Chaos Emeralds belong to me! All of them! No one gets in my way. Those who do will be destroyed. So stand clear or I will crush you. Just as I will those black creatures.
Looks like we got no choice. Once again. Okay.
Now, let me show you the power of my latest, greatest creation.
Is this better than... This just looks like Discount Egg Emperor. Oh yeah, Amy's still here for some reason. Anyways, let's shoot this poor man in the face a little bit. Yeah, it feels as though in terms of the egg breaker fights, this one is arguably the easiest? Question marks? I mean, actually, I tell a lie. The one in Iron Jungle is mostly just you have access to the machine guns, but this one feels as though its attack patterns are sort of the most simplistic, is what I mean. There we go, he's dead. Don't care, didn't ask, but you did ask. The logic of this game sometimes, man.
Sorry, Doctor, but that Chaos Emerald is mine.
Some stuff just doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things. Anyways, now it's time for one of the highlights of the game slash What do you mean? What do you mean form? Try. Okay, that seemed to work. And ooh, look at this. Look at this fancy blur cutscene.
I can't get these images out of my mind.
In
Those
Dark
blind
Forest.
creatures. How do they know me? Who was I before?
Or did they
this?
just mess with the color gradient here to make it look
What?
a lot more red than usual?
Shadow, you seem troubled.
You just turned your head around 360 degrees like an owl. What the fluff?
That's the...
Yes, that's right. The space colony Ark. 50 years ago.
The Ark? 50?
So now here comes an interesting question.
That's me.
Is this time travel? Or is this just an illusion?
Right. This will remind you what the humans did to you. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
But I suppose I may as well just get this out of the way. This level, as a kid, really disappointed me, because it's like the concept alone of just actually being able to play through the whole of the infamous gun raid from Adventure 2. This should have made the grounds for an amazing concept for a level, and yet the execution is just no. Like, if this was actually, you know, just straight up linear level where you were escaping with Maria, that would have been fine, but yeah, 60. This particular level houses arguably the worst level in the entire game. Or worst mission in the entire game. That being the Dark Mission. Not only because there's so many gun soldiers you have to defeat, but correct me if I'm wrong, I'm fairly certain from what I've heard this particular level in that respect is bugged. Let me just quickly blast through these ones real quick. Oh, they weren't even wielding weapons, they were unarmed. What are you... Oh. What are you guys doing here, just running around? Oh, that one has a knife! Yeah. Yeah, there actually is a knife in this game. Yeah, there actually is just a combat knife you can run around with. Obviously, in terms of melee weapons, it's not exactly the most useful. Heard things about this... Yeah, we have to escape with Maria real quick. Up here. Also, you get fun little factor here. Just don't mind me. Also, get used to these exploding panels. They're gonna be very funny in a future level. Yeah, just look at Shadow's arm there. Yeah, apparently to use the arm, Shadow has to become Stretch Armstrong and just stretch his arm out freakishly. Like, it's especially bad from this angle. Look at that. Like, obviously the arc has to match all the other melee weapons, but like, they could have at the very least made the attack speed faster to make up for the range. Like, at the very least, it would have been nice to have this sort of melee weapon in Westopolis at the very least. Then I could have actually made all the Birmingham jokes, and it would have made sense. From my experience, at the very least, the other levels aren't so bad, but what doesn't help is the labyrinth. Yeah, even Maria gets lost in here sometimes. It just really sort of hitting home the sort of labyrinthian nature of this whole place. Maria, we don't have time, we need to go. I'm not sure whether or not this is where I'm supposed to go. I think, yeah. Needless to say, at the very least, the hero mission is fairly linear in that it's just, you go in and you fight stuff off. Yeah, I think this is the room, actually, with the bugged enemy, where... Let me just go back to another checkpoint real quick, if I can... Never mind. Yeah, I think you go in here, and I think one of the enemies fails to spawn in here the first time around. You think you have to revert to checkpoint in order to respawn it. Like, if I go back... Where's Maria doing the homing attack, a spinning attack? Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was a whole sort of co-op element to this game, wasn't there? I'm thinking maybe it might have been a another segment here. There's one that looks very much like this place, I think. Also, yeah, they say to you to look at the maps in order to make sure you know where you're going, but good luck trying to read that. Just green on green, and not exactly the most clear texture on there. It's just... It's like they know at least that you probably wouldn't need a map for some of these levels, because with how labyrinthian this level is especially, this is the one level where... which sort of, I feel, justifies the existence of a mini-map throughout the entire game. It's so bad that it retroactively ended up resulting in them putting a mini-map in 06. At least that's what I like to think. I think we just have to go this way, just constantly climbing up. What a thrill. Oh yes, fall into this... I'm guessing that's supposed to... Thanks a bunch. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's supposed to be the same sort of nuclear sludge that was in, Crazy Gadgets. It's like, all this stuff is here for a fun level, it's just... Again... Execution. Also... Especially given what Black Doom is supposed to be doing here, I've sort of led to assume it's supposed to be an illusion. Which... Also, yeah, Maria's jump height is also... Well, bye, Maria. Seems that it wasn't the gunshot that killed her, it was the fall. Cause of death was titled incorrectly, it seems. Oh no, Maria got shot again! Yeah, illusion is best bet. Yeah, especially considering the implications of Black Doom doing time travel. But I do have to wonder... Oh yeah, they're all just waiting up here with their knives. Isn't that an image? I do sort of have to wonder, considering this is an illusion, what is Shadow actually doing in... What does it look like outside of Shadow's head right here? Is he just going around and just murdering people in... I think this is the wrong place. I think we're already getting lost. Let's see, nothing up here, so... I'm guessing it is the case that we have to go this way. We need to go, Maria. I don't want to see you get shot again, Maria. Okay, so I think it was this way. Instantaneous, sort of... In the moment mind... Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Also just like to think that he's just sort of in a haze and actually doing all these horrible things in Central City, because I feel between this and the missions we go on the Dark Store, I feel that if Shadow were to go either just straight to the Ark or Central City after this sort of flashback, I feel it would make a fair bit more thematic sense just to, again, combine this into the pure Dark route for a more cohesive story. Don't worry though, they're still alive, guys. Shadow's not a human murderer, he's just an alien murderer. Also, yeah, you get the Demo Man's grenade launcher here. They're gonna have to bury what's left of you in a soup can. I just realized with the red aura as well, Shadow's basically ubercharged. Also, yeah, do also have a fair bit of trauma with this level as well, trying to do the Dark mission, where I was making good progress in killing all the enemies, and yet right near the very end, when I was trying to find more enemies, the floor failed to load in underneath me, and I died. I think I just went in a big circle. she's taking these explosions rather well. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Gun soldiers. They've broken through the wall. Bravo team. If I use the monitors, I can get by using a triangle.
Yeah, once again, another big issue with this level, just how easy it is for you to get lost.
Stop!
Especially considering how similar a lot of all these hallways look. Okay, so Shadow Rifle can't break through those walls. Good to know. Situational invincibility is like, oh yes, plot armor. She realized she can't die until the predestined moment, so the universe is making sure that she doesn't die until then, no matter what it takes. I was like, I don't wonder what these pods are for. I feel that in terms of yeah, generally just sort of feel that the arc is sort of a missing... Trying to find the words. Missed opportunity, I suppose, in terms of cool stuff you can get. It's just so much mysterious stuff in here, which you could easily follow up on in future games. Like, that could be a whole thing for a supposed Shadow series right there, just dealing with cosmic horrors coming from the Ark. We're all the way back here again. Is it this way? We're finding checkpoints, so... Okay, I think it might have been maybe this room with the missing enemy. I can only guess. Let's see, can't go through there. Guess I'm gonna have to try up here. Are we... Best part of the game is super hard mode. I've definitely heard a lot of good things about super hard mode. Mostly just because you don't have to worry so much about the mission structure. And honestly, I wasn't sure as to whether or not I'd want to stream expert mode this time around. I know at the very least it's easier than the reloaded version, but still. Somehow got a layer rank. Well, congratulations. Let's just say I also most definitely did. Definitely, just don't question it. Once again, it doesn't help that a lot of these rooms just look the exact same. This is like prime example. Like, if there was just stuff which meant the rooms could be a little bit more differentiated, I don't think people would mind. Also, the fact this level is just going on for ages. Oh, okay, I guess that's the end.
Maria, I'm glad that you're safe.
I mean, listen. Oh, E rank, of course. Do you really want to sit through and get all, like, 326 endings to this game? Going through the Doom Dark over and over and over again? Because I sure wouldn't. Besides, I already beat this game on the PS2, I don't necessarily mind. It's like one of those games where 100%ing it doesn't really affect your replayability of it at all. Just memorize everything. Oh, if only it were that simple. Yeah, I sure as hell don't remember this in my nightmares.
Please, Shadow, help me.
So wait, did Maria just get domed off screen? Because Maria basically just disappears from this point on.
Willing to sacrifice their own. I was Maria the whole time, Shadow. Give them a chance to be happy in hell.
So yeah, here comes the Blue Falcon fight again, except it's not flying. As far as I'm aware, the main gimmick here is just, aside from homing attacking his bombs to close in on him, basically just take cover whenever he does his particle beam attack. Also, you know, you could just stay on top of him like this. That also works. Again, don't remember a lot of these sound effects in the PS2 version. Get a load of that. Okay, so it can fire high or low. Good to know. I think one of the most streamer who gets all the endings of the game. I'm guessing he went mad in the process, though, didn't he? Because I heard something to that effect. Like, it took him, like, years and years for him to do so, and he went mad by the end. Okay, so it goes through walls, apparently. Good to know. Yeah, remember this, this version of the boss fight being a lot harder than Blue Falcon, which is weird. Yeah, again, it definitely doesn't seem like, a recommended experience trying to go 100% for this. Just... I hate to be the one to say it, considering, but especially considering that there's no real way to play this game outside of the initial consoles it came out. I feel that just having a 100% save file on hand for people who just want to get into this for the first time is probably the best way to go about it, honestly. Especially if you want to try out super hard mode. Thanks a bunch. You and your 4 kids voice act. He was never seen again. It's like, ah yes, my duty is done. I must finally return to Valhalla and see and rest eternally in peace. I mean, I'd certainly want to rest in peace after something like that, after an ordeal like that. Just... Yeah, I definitely feel as though this game is one of those which is generally better enjoyed in a casual sort of sense. At least this one doesn't fall and burn up in Earth's atmosphere. A bit of a more merciful ending, if I do say so myself. I do appreciate at the very least this heavy dog model at the very least came back in Dark Beginnings, but I do have to wonder.
Perfect.
This model is from like 50 years ago. Have they not made any sort of upgrades to the military hardware over the course of 50 years? You could argue that it's the Blue Falcon as well, since that was more recent, but even so.
Your transport is ready. We must go now.
Hardly any changes compared to how it was 50 years ago, except for the fact that it can now fly, I guess.
I have failed my duty to protect our nation.
Sir, it's not over.
It's like not even like evolving it into like Metal Gears or something.
May have rendered us unable.
And giving it legs.
But we will rally, sir. You must keep your
The ultimate evolutionary advantage.
Yes, keep the nation united. No matter what happens, we'll never surrender to these creatures. This much I learned from them.
Yeah, it feels as though with a lot of the stuff that was established early on that it would make sense to go the dark route, considering obviously we have the president here. But obviously it feels like this is something which would branch off better from Central City. Yeah, it sort of feels as though in terms of level placement that the Doom and Central City are the wrong way around. Running low on budgets. Well, yeah, if they're spending all their money on a fleet of flying fortresses like this, I can see why they cut budgets to their heavy dog project. It's like, we gotta allocate these resources to all these flying battleships to deal with... I mean, then again, there is an egg fleet in this game, so I suppose it makes sense. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about Tails this time, we're just gonna nice and quickly breeze through this particular level. No killing the president, no, I almost want to ask if I can do like a pacifist run at this particular level, but I think that might be a little bit difficult. Whatever, we have our air saucer. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Just try to avoid the bad levels in this game. I mean, that's also fair. That's also... I can't exactly blame you for that. Because there are definitely a fair few good levels in this game. I've already been to quite a couple of them, like Lava Shelter is my favorite. Gun Fortress is also one I quite like. Yeah, Sky Troops is also pretty neat. Generally, I feel pretty much all of the neutral route levels are fairly good. Lethal Highway I quite like. Digital Circuit I think is pretty neat. Oh yeah, these guys all just have swords. Literally bringing knives to a gunfight. Can I... Come on! Come on! I can make it! Can you stop bumping my air saucer, please? I need to practice in order to do crossworlds. I see, I have no idea how you boost yourself whilst I'm riding this. Oh. Well, so much for the pacifist route. I was like, oh hey, I can get through this without killing it. No. No, silly you, no. Shadow has to have blood in his hands in order to proceed. It's the only way... That's the way it has to be. Honestly, I do gotta wonder, because that is still, I think, Central City down below there. How big must Central City be? Because that does look like a pretty big city down below. At least if I do say so myself. Camera, please. Okay. All loaded up and floated up and ready to go. Once again, you must have blood on your hands to proceed. Imagine if this thing were in Crossworlds. I mean, I'm sure that it could be added with mods, surely. I mean, it would probably be difficult to implement the propeller, but still. Aye, Shadow, you got to kill them all, Shadow. It's so weird hearing tales of all people say, you gotta kill them all. It's like, what happened to your tales? Shadow, you got to commit genocide, Shadow. It's the only way to save the president, Shadow. I don't know, Tails. I could probably just leave. He'll probably get by just fine on his own. It doesn't matter, Shadow. You have to kill them all. When the hell did you get so bloodthirsty? It was those previous levels, Shadow. I'm getting a thirst for blood that cannot be quenched. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tails is pretty bloodthirsty in this game. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to shoot all three of these guys. Sorry, fellas, I'm going to need to extract your life force in order for me to proceed through the level. Oh, so yeah, let me just see if I can cheese this. I can. And yep, more heavy machine gun ammo. Nice, nice, nice. Again, probably the best weapon to be dealing with killing the president, but we're not going to be killing the president. We're just going to be going over here. And look at this. We're already basically at the end. Your day is your life is spared this time, Mr. President. Be fortunate, I'm probably not going to have to go through this level again. Is that doing the hero in this mission is like the most abrupt way in which you could end up going the android route, because it's like, oh yes, I've been doing this whole thing trying to save the president. It's like, hang on. Hang on. For some reason, I feel compelled to believe that I am actually an Eggman robot for some reason. Again, there's just certain aspects, there's some combinations with regards to the story plot which don't really make any sense. Ah, Nice little gap in here. Yeah, that really is just a fleet out there, isn't it? Anyways, there's the Chaos Emerald. And we didn't oblige Tails' murderous tendencies. It's crazy to think that Tails may have become a war criminal before Knuckles did.
Perfect.
Then again, does the Geneva Convention even apply to aliens?
This makes 5 Chaos Emeralds.
Yes. Am I a robot? Not that I'm aware of. Well, so yeah, this feels like it would have made more sense to do in the aftermath of the Ark mission.
My past will be revealed. I'll finally know who I am.
I mean, then again, probably would be a bit of a bit of a tonal shift compared to, you know, blowing up Central City, but yeah. Kind of would make more sense to be on the Ark to be able to get up to the Black. Also, the escape pod is just parked above him. What sense does that make? Yes, this is our first time actually going up to the Black Comet. It's kind of weird as well, because in terms of final levels in this game, this feels the least like a final level. It's just like Black Doom telling you, oh yeah, there's just a whole bunch of gun robots just wandering around our comet. Can you deal with them, please? Yeah, again, it doesn't necessarily feel like Final Showdown territory. Like, sure, it could have been better illustrated more so. It's just this final desperate gambit by Gun in order to deal with the Black Comet menace, but it's not really the impression I get of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to do something in order to trigger that platform to raise. Okay, so again, killing people is mandatory in this game. I mean, at the very least, it's robots this time. Sesame Street Shadow. And then again, there is a Vampire Shadow costume in, I believe, Speed Battle, and a fair few others, so I don't think it's necessarily unprecedented for him to basically be Count. I asked Toxic... Yeah, pretty sure it's not exactly healthy to have toxic fluids just all throughout your comet. Sorry, Knuckles, Oh wait, we're actually doing full dark here, so I guess we are going back and killing people. Okay, my mistake. Knuckles, I'll have to save your antics for later. For now, it's time for murder. Again, this feels like the sort of level this feels more like a mid-game level in all honesty. Just like you come here in the middle of the level, just like, ooh, look how cool the Black Comet is, and you go down and do some more evil stuff. Like following up on Sky Troops or something.
So, the humans have decided to lay their hand, have they? Go, absorb some
Oh, so yeah, needless to say, I do quite like the Black Comet levels. At least in terms of aesthetics.
I am baby-proof.
Yeah, again, this really is just Uber Charge, isn't it? But I think this is also the only level in which we actually get laser rifles. Like the gun, like Gun actually has their own laser weaponry, and this is the only level it's in. And then again, why would you use it when you have the minigun? Remote controlled mechs? Yeah, I can definitely see them making that excuse. It's like... It is sort of reminiscent of, like, in the ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z. It's just... They blow up that one helicopter, and it's like, oh no, they blew up the cargo helicopter. And the cargo was people. Yeah, this really feels this one they really wanted to make use of the this really feels like the sort of dedicated air saucer level, doesn't it? This along with Prison Island. I can't help but notice though, it really feels as though this game really did a lot of what Adventure 2 did in mainly recycling level aesthetics and themes, because obviously we have two free Black Comet levels with this Final Haunt and Last Way. We have, obviously, Westopolis and Central City. I want to say Circus Park and Cryptic Castle, considering they're both Eggman-themed areas. I think that one's a bit more of a stretch, but definitely Digital Circuit and Mad Matrix. Cosmic Fall and Space Gadgets are another one. Honestly, Lava Shelter might be one of the more unique levels. I want to say Gun Fortress and Air Fleet also technically share themes, sort of. They're a bit more notably different though, so I can sort of see them not also being that. Let's try the laser rifle real quick. You want to take that again, Black Doom? You know what, let's see what's behind these. Let's see what's behind these doors. So laser rifle, fairly decent. Still would definitely prefer. Okay, so there's just more weaponry. This is the wrong gun. I meant to grab. There it is. There it is. Only 13 so far, though. Wow. Nothing over here. Okay, I guess we just have to move forward. Open up! Housekeeping! I will definitely say, though, despite this basically just being, Final Haunt, but with air saucer sections, I do definitely really like the aesthetics of the Black Comet, just how mystical a lot of it feels. With stuff like these pillars here, it really just sort of feels like some sort of alien city, which I suppose was the goal. Like, if their whole thing was to try and make some sort of weird alien city thing, then mission accomplished, I guess. I think I'm just gonna have to hop over here. Is there anything else over here aside from, I'm gonna wonder what this is for, though. It's like, why is this here? When I could just easily do this. And hop over all of these. I think you can tell that the minigun is my favorite gun in the game. This is... Just how comically large it is great. Okay, I guess I can't take the air saucer with me. That's fine. Okay, I think they mean for you to use the turret here, but of course I have a minigun, so it's fine. Weighs 150 kilograms and fire 200 ring custom to cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. Sorry, I was aiming at... I was trying to shoot the other guy. Yeah, only halfway through, though. Needless to say, the kill counts for a lot of these later missions do start to get fairly obscene. I think the Doom is the most egregious example, though, at you know, 60. 50 though, by comparison, it's excessive, but manageable by comparison, especially considering they're easy to spot robots. You know, part of me sort of wonders, actually, whether it would make a fair bit more sense for, depending on which alignment you go through, you start to gain more of an affinity for your chosen faction's weapons. Like, if you're on the hero route, you are more proficient with human weaponry. On the dark side route, you're more proficient in Black Arms weaponry. On the neutral route, you're more proficient in Robotnik weaponry, that sort of thing. I feel that might make a fair bit more of an interesting dynamic, though. Obviously, considering you're supposed to just be able to hop into any of these levels at will from stage select without any context, I can see why there really isn't a thing. I feel the fact that you can just go back to any of these levels at any point you want from the stage select does kind of sort of ruin a lot of the plot progression with how it used to set out, because I feel were that not the case, you could do an awful lot with, depending on, again, I'm fairly certain this has already been mentioned, how actions in previous levels could affect certain elements in future levels, that sort of thing. I'm definitely cheering for these guys, though. Again, though, it's kind of disappointing in the fact that, once again, Black Comet just still sort of feels like a bit of a nothing burger of a level by comparison to the other two. It's just, oh hey, it's Final Haunt again, except it doesn't have the cool music, and Sonic isn't there. Knuckles is just here for some reason. Yeah, Knuckles being here is just weird. It's like, we couldn't really think of anyone else to be here, so I guess we may as well just have Knuckles here as a sort of filler character. I mean, Omega being here would have probably made a fair bit more sense. You know, just a robot going along with the other robots, but at the same time I can still see that he'd probably just be interested in killing Robotnik still, so there's that. Five left, by the looks of it. Yeah, that felt like a bit more of a notable robot to bust. I'm guessing we're near the end of the very least. 2 left. Is that the last one, or are there actually more than 60 here? Yeah, there are more than 60 here, so this is one of the instances where the kill count is actually less than the sum total of the enemies in the game, which I kind of feel a lot more missions in this game should probably take after, to be brutally honest. We just have to get a certain amount of the particular thing as opposed to every single one in the level. Looking at you, Mad Matrix. Anyways, now it's time for a repeat of the Dark ending.
Shadow, I can't let you go.
You know, it's kind of weird, Shadow. I kind of feel that we've been here before already.
You're the one who destroyed the Ark and killed everyone on it. It's time to settle this once
Yeah, you can sort of see what I mean by this being one of the weaker ones, considering this really is just a rehash of the true Dark ending. Except now we're in the Black Comet as opposed to being in the Gun Fortress. Like, even the lines are the same.
You?
Me?
If you try to stop me, I'll destroy you too.
We could have been allies, Sonic. We could have ruled over the world together, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's debatable as to whether or not you're part Black Arms as well, so I suppose anything's fair game with you. I don't know, Shadow. Just being alongside these weird alien things. Feel they don't really appreciate freedom at all. They seem like a bit of a hive mind. I don't think we'd really get along. Honestly, Shadow, the fact that you're able to speak your mind free of Black Doom's influence, that probably means you're not part of the hive mind either. And I'm at least guessing that the Black Arms are supposed to be like a hive mind, with Black Doom sort of at the top. Because we don't really get many instances of the Black Arms having sort of individual independent forts. It really is just Black Doom as a spokesperson for the entire race, so... hive mind does sort of make sense in that regard. Oh, so yeah, once again, we're here on this particular boss fight, which takes absolutely forever. Don't even have any idea as to how Diablon got here. He's just here because, well, we don't really have a semi-dark exclusive boss fight, so here's just the true dark boss fight again. It's just... the boss fights as well, there's only like 3... a total of 3 endgame boss fights throughout the entire game. There's this, Egg Dealer, and Black Doom. Which again, sort of makes me think, you know, maybe the semi-Dark and Hero stories probably should have been scrapped. And plot elements just put into the Hero and Dark stories and neutral stories that make sense. Like again, after clearing out all the Black Comet stuff, you could have had this whole thing where you invade another city alongside Black Doom, which probably isn't Central City because nukes, obviously. You hold still. You hold still. I love how his head just sort of bobs up, just spazzes out all over the place when you try and do damage to him. Just like... So that's how you do that properly, I guess. Still think Diablon's thrusters look like a face.
Game over, Sonic.
Game over, Sonic. So cheesy.
Perfect.
Yeah, this really sort of fits in the whole thing where I kind of lost my mind after that whole episode with the Doom. After falling through the level, just sort of went mad and just decided to opt for doing the semi-dark ending anyway, as opposed to going pure dark. So at this point, I was basically just cackling to myself.
Finally,
Probably not the most healthy reaction, but still. Heck, I'm fairly certain even this music is the exact same as in Dark Story.
Why are you siding with them?
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form born to protect and
Yeah, the main ending, the main difference between this and pure dark ending is just
power of these
Shadow decides to work for Black Doom as opposed to just taking on Gerald's revenge. Just again, pure dark, I kind of feel was missing a little bit of plot context with regards to Shadow unveiling Gerald's wish to exterminate humanity. That whole element of the start of Gunforge just feels sort of like it came out of nowhere. It's like if the pure dark ending was him more so just working for Gerald rather than the Black Arms specifically, then I don't know, I feel that could have been quite a cool thing, actually. Just Shadow going above and beyond everybody else and just becoming the arbiter that judges and dooms everyone. I feel that could have been a cool dark ending. As opposed to just, you know, just being Black Arms drone. Also, yeah, the ending music is just the exact same as in the true dark ending as well, which I feel also sort of leads into the fact that Semi-Dark just sort of feels like a bit more of a filler ending, really. Honestly, I kind of feel that it would make a little bit more sense if we just had like 4 different sets of endings and Black Comet just wasn't one of them. Anyways, let's do another one. Let's do another one. I think I know exactly what I want to do this time around. Again, we can just skip over all the cutscenes we haven't seen yet. Aside from one, though, which I'll be sure to point out. This time, however, we just need to casually just rush through this without any care in the world. Yes, hello again, Sonic. How many times have we met like this? It's been like 20 years we've been doing this whole songing dance. It's like I can... it's like I can reiterate whatever you say to me off by heart at this point. It's kind of strange. Yeah, we don't necessarily need to worry about anybody. Just need to quickly hurry on to the end. The funny thing as well is I'm fairly certain there were more music tracks which were made for this game. Obviously there was Who I Am, which was the original theme, and I think All of Me was another one which I also quite liked. Felt there may have been a couple more though, but I think those are the main two ones that people are familiar with. All of Me, of course, being featured in the Project Shadow fan film. You know the one. Not sure if I should do another watch-along of that at some point, because I did do that once, and it's just sort of deleted that stream because I wasn't exactly the most happy with it. Groundhog Hedgehog. Yeah, it's Hedgehog Day. Hey, Shadow, rise and shine. Don't forget your booties, because it's cold out here today. It's cold out here every day, Sonic. What is this, Miami Beach? Yeah, putting out fires doesn't give you as much hero gauge as I remember. After Adventure 2, what do you think Shadow's character in general from then to how it is now? Honestly, up until Shadgen, I was sort of the opinion that Shadow would have been better off staying dead after Adventure 2, just from how his character was mismanaged, but I don't know. I feel a little bit more open to seeing what they do with Shadow nowadays after basically just doing his whole plot from this game again in Shadgen and putting his character in a bit more of a likable spot. It's really going to be interesting to see what this whole sort of new Shadow sub-brand is going to result in. Because 06 did, at the very least, show that you can still have decent stories with Shadow in them. Just, again, the whole backstory thing with Gerald, the Black Arms, and Maria is sort of a been-and-done thing. It's time for new stuff with Shadow in terms of storytelling. Time for new stuff in this series in general. The funny thing is as well that, earlier today I did see a video talking about, the basically end of Funko Pops. And the sort of end of this sort of... Well, I know that in the collector's market it just moved on to Labubu's, but so they were talking more so about the end of, I guess, fake fandom in quotation marks and pop culture tourism, if that makes sense, where people who aren't really big fans in the series and just get into them because they're the hip new thing, probably just going to move on. Meaning... basically meaning that in all hopes that we may finally start getting stuff which isn't just pandering to nostalgia constantly. Because obviously Funkos did sort of really escalate that sort of craze for nostalgic icons, just reiterating all this old stuff without generating anything new. And part of me wants to hope that Funko Pop's going bankrupt is sort of a sign of that coming to an end, but that remains to be seen, really. Excuse me.
Whoa. I guess I underestimated his powers.
Yeah, it's like this whole level is kind of sort of unique compared to just constantly getting Green Hill and Chemical Plant constantly. I mean, I do definitely feel those particular levels do sort of have their own time and place. Like, I feel games like Crossworlds and Rumble are a decent place to have places like Green Hill and Chemical Plant to just, you know, more sort of casual party games sort of affair where having more pre-established levels makes sense. Again, I think I already noted on how Crossworlds and stuff like Frontiers have it backwards in that regard, where Crossworlds has all these sort of unique environments that you race through, and then Frontiers is just Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary. Oh hey, we're just going back through Glyphic Canyon again. I just want to see, can I jump through the loop again? Sort of. Probably would have been faster not to do that, but oh well. Coming through. Oh yeah, you can just do a backflip out of a slide. Not exactly the most useful, but it's cool nonetheless. Kind of wish that they brought that back in the in later games. You know, might make for an interesting. I can't really see a use for the backflip now that I'm thinking about it, though. That just being sliding at high speed, so you can just quickly stop yourself. Like that. Like, you actually have a nice little brake option. Which also looks cool to boot. I kind of wish there was in more recent games and all this. It just, in terms of control scheme, this game is actually better than I remember. It's like most of the stuff in terms of what you do in terms of controls just seems to work as I like to envisage and all that. So just put the spin dash on the B button, get rid of the guns, and you'd basically be there. Maybe add in a quick step for good measure. It is weird and all that, because I don't think a lot of people really think about that when they bring up Shadow the Hedgehog. It is mostly just the guns. And not just the other things that you do in the game. Like, you know, the light dash is also here, and it's this is probably going to be a controversial thing for me to say. I think this game might have the best implementation of the light dash. Mostly just because you aren't constantly mixing it up with other different abilities, because it's mapped to the X button. And the rings that you light dash on also respawn when they're used up, so you can just light dash again and again without having to worry. Anyways, it's time for this this whole flying segment again. Let's just skip to the end.
Ah yes, you are the master. You can tame it.
He really doesn't seem to think highly of his underlings, doesn't he? I mean, obviously he gets angry that you're shooting them, but still. That's like the only time he's ever passionate about, I suppose he's kind of proud about the giants, but again, just get the impression that he doesn't seem to think highly of his underlings. And there we go, skipped a fair chunk of that level. Got no time for you, Knuckles. Ah, perfect. I can just do this. Later. Oh no, I'm accidentally touching all the jewels. That's not what I wanted. Ah, whatever. We're basically there anyway. Let's just quickly head up here. Ow. And yeah, the spin dash also works strangely similar enough to the classic, where you have to stop to use it, so you can't just spam it like you could in Adventure 2. I know that that's a lot why people don't seem to like the spin dash in this game, but honestly, especially considering how much distance you can get from it, I don't really mind it as much. Maybe it's just because it didn't feel as nice on the PS2 version. It's like, here it doesn't actually feel all that bad. Again, just wish it was his own button. And I suppose teaming with the slide in this context isn't so bad, so I don't really mind it. It works. Time for good old Prison Island. Eventually. Again, still have no idea how this survived getting nuked at the end of Adventure 2. Like, I know that the waterways are irradiated, but that's about it.
I wonder if there are any
There's even foliage here, as opposed to just being a wasteland. Oh hey, remember all the funny lines from this scene about Hot Topic and Twinkies and milk?
That's right. I somehow escaped, but was then captured by those humans. But from where? And why?
Yeah, I think this is mostly resolving the whole two Shadows thing, where, yeah, Shadow ended up escaping the Ark, thanks to Maria, but then was captured by Gunn and just sealed here, whilst I suppose Gerald worked him in a little bit on him a little bit more. Not today, Charlemagne. Right now I have to destroy all these robots. Again, I suppose it does make sense to those robots here, considering this place is basically abandoned. Not again. I'm the only one who's allowed to kill stuff here, Charmy, so bye-bye. I got no time for your top secret discs. Okay, so I suppose you can grab one of these air sources without actually killing anyone. That's neat. So yeah, basically just telling you, okay, so for Dark Route you go down this way. Yes, yes. I know some of them fly by particularly quickly, but I'll try my best not to destroy any of them. It is kind of weird in all honesty, because I feel for a level like Prison Island, this should be held with a similar reverence to something like Shadow Moses Island in MGS4, but it weirdly isn't. It's like Green Hill gets all the reverence, sure, but not Prison Island. No, 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 no. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to move on without the air source, unfortunately. Excuse me real quick. Also, yeah, fairly certain that this and Iron Jungle share a fair few level layout similarities, mostly just with sort of areas like this. We have this sort of arrangement here with this bend and the indent there. That's also in Iron Jungle. Yeah, could you mind telling them not to attack me when I'm on your side? Oh yeah. Obviously we gotta mess around a little bit more with the tank gun now we have it. I sort of feel a neat detail they could have done in these levels, or probably should have done, is the more of one particular enemy you start to defeat, the less that the other faction is hostile towards you. So, for instance in this level, since I'm going out and killing all the gun soldiers, what if, by inverse, the Black Arms soldiers were less hostile to me as a result? I feel that would be pretty neat. Just sort of in-game storytelling of you actively picking a side in each conflict. Yes! Death to everything! I am Armageddon! I am become Chuck, this need refeed! I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, more enemies over here. Oh look! Another thing of dark energy. Let's just grab that real quick. I guess one's inner chaos. I thought this whole thing was nothing but chaos. Like good chaos, bad chaos. I'm the one with the tank gun. Pretty sure that, yeah, I think this also houses a key of some sort. Hello. Okay, this way, I think. Yeah, just, blow up absolutely everything. And yet, Shadow takes no self-damage. Damn it, they made me swap out my tank gun. I want my money back. Yeah, I think that's the one which you have to be quick about shooting. Can I get this one? Yes, there you go. Slick. Look at that, we only have 4 more enemies to go. We only have 1 more enemy to go. Yeah, this is going a lot smoother than I would have anticipated. Do I need... Nope, I don't need a... See, this is another instance where there's more enemies than the amount that you have to defeat. Kinda wish this was more of a recurring thing, to be honest. Ah. It's like you can hardly see this is a Chaos Emerald for all the bloom. Also, did you know that the order you get the Chaos Emeralds in this game is the same order as the special stages inside Heroes? Also, look, it's the same cutscene as before, except everything is green now instead of red. It's like this is what the cutscene originally looked like before they messed around with the color correction for the other one in order to make it match Cryptic Castle. I do at least appreciate that attention to detail.
Shadow, you seem troubled.
You?
Me. Yes, we're back here in the worst level in the game. Waving at that Shadow.
That's right. The space colony Ark. 50 years ago.
The Ark? 50 years ago?
Yeah.
That's me.
Always found it kind of weird that Shadow wasn't using his air shoes there. Probably would have been better off just bridle carrying Maria and just blasting off with his air shoes. Or do you not have them at this point? I'm at least assuming he had the air shoes at this point, considering he was frozen with them. And somehow, despite being frozen for 50 years, he could use them to fly just fine. Like, the fuel didn't go bad or anything. Like, that's a good question, actually. What are Shadow's rocket skates, fueled by? Anyways, I think for this time around, we're going to, abide by Maria's wishes. And actually go around healing everybody. But this is like the one level where the healing gun is also pretty good. Assuming that we can find one. No, get out of here. Get out of here, Black Doom. We're here to rescue the science team. Isn't the idea run a lot faster with the heal units that I remember? What do you mean that didn't work? Oh, yes, let us showcase the side effect. You use it on them and they disappear. Wiped from... Yeah, it seems super generous with this particular level as well, considering so many of these guys are in close proximity to one another. Okay, for this we're going to need the heal units. The heal gun. Perfect. Ah, yes, the map, which you can barely read. This way, I think? Yeah, talk about excessive force. Ow. Also, going by the nature of this level, it is quite difficult to actually get, hero points, for lack of a better term. Ah. That one was fairly easy to get. Let's see what's up here, actually. Let's see if there's anything else I need to get up here. Dynamite, by the looks of it. This one, there was a spring here. Ah, well. Ah, well. I'm sure I'll find something up here. Also, just, kind of whether this is, like, one of the few weapons in the game to actually have a scope. Let's see, is there any, Okay, so I can just break through the wall here. Anything behind here? No? Also, yeah, that's a, I just realized, I kind of forgot, you can actually just, use the heal gun to pacify all, the enemies, so they're good to you. Nothing over here. So I guess that's a good way of... Sorry, guys. Sorry. Heal gun. Are there, though? I didn't see anybody. Are they up there, maybe? Yeah, you could just hit someone with the heal gun, and then they just, replenish health and they no longer become hostile. Which is nice. I mean, obviously, there's not really many instances where you need to do this, but, in the case of this game, it's quite handy to have. Also, I think I just went around in a circle again. Let's see what's up here. Let's see what's up here first. Ah! Keys. Let's see what's in here. Switch. What does this switch do, I wonder? Ow.
I won't forget this.
I am the medic from Two Fortress Team. Yeah, that's where we originally came in from, so I guess we're just going back this way. Again, very easy to get lost in this level. Yeah, this... Yeah, basically just doing the opposite of what Black Doom asked me to do. It plays Switch games. Aw, it's like Maria's trying to endear me with all these memories which I don't recall. I don't think we have to go that way. Excuse me, fellas, just have lives to save here. I am the medic from Team Fortress 2. Maria, you just straight up axe kicked that man, I think. This way, I think. Well, I don't know. They seem to be a-okay whenever I do the healing on them. Then again, I suppose the healing is far less rewarding than the hurting. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to, Sorry, Maria, it looks like we're gonna have to kill these men. Oh. You were hiding behind the switch the whole time, you monster.
This'll just take 3 seconds. Death to all who oppose me.
Yes, death to all who oppose me, for I am the healer of worlds. The healing, the healing, the healing, the healing, the healing, the healing. I mean, I suppose this is definitely a way to play this level. It's certainly a way to play through. You know, if you are going for neutral levels where you have to just get to the goal ring, I can kind of see this being a decent way to clear through levels, just abusing the healing in order to get chaos control super quickly. Also, just notice that's on the side of the cannon. It's just the symbol of the thing that they use for repairs. That's the end of the level. Yeah, it's like the water droplet symbol that they use for the repair icon. It's the same icon that's on the barrel of this gun here. Let's go back. I'm not hesitating, I'm actively going against your demands, Black Doom. I'm the ultimate life form, of course. It's my duty to... It was my duty to heal people. To cure all diseases and whatnot. Okay, I think I'm not supposed to go down this route. I think I'm supposed to go this way? I think? Yeah, it's like they even do the cute salute when I'm done with them. And they're super thankful for my services. Okay, so we have to go this way. So that's how it is. Let's see, anything else in here? Doesn't look like it.
Commencing attack plan B. I won't forget.
Sorry.
No, stop!
See, they're definitely alive, you guys. Shadow hasn't killed anybody in this game. Oh, I see how this is. I see how you're supposed to... I see how you want me to get those items over there. In theory. Alright, let's see if we can find some more people to do the healing on. This way, maybe? No, I think that just loops back. Let's go this way. That loops back some more, so we're supposed to be going this way, I think. Again, very easy to get lost in this level.
This is for my friends.
What do you mean? You're perfectly fine with murdering everybody on the Ark. But the idea that Doom can go for this sort of hate humanity so you can just heal the very people who are after you. Yeah. It's like, even here in this sort of darkest moment of the Sonic series, you can still play it very goofily. Because that's just how this series is. It can just be quite silly sometimes. This way, I think. Okay, we're just at the very end of the level again, so let's just move on back over here. Because we're missing a whole bunch of checkpoints which I missed out on, so let's just go find those. Warp, warp, warp. This way, maybe? Yeah, I think we're supposed to be going this way. Or maybe not, I've already been here before, I think. Don't mind me. Oh, missed this checkpoint. Ah! Now I'm all out of heal units. Fantastic. Alright, I guess we're going this way now. Okay, Maria. I see that Maria has also been subject to the various experiments with Chaos Control, considering she also has teleporting powers. Yeah, I think we're supposed to be heading up here. I think. I know this is the part where we get jumped with all the guys with the knives. Makes a very good trailer shot, just like, oh no. And yet somehow it didn't work on Maria, unfortunately. Try figuring that out. Catch. Well, I got one of them at the very least. Alright, don't mind me, just gonna make my way over here. Oh, there's two of them. Meaning, obviously, I've missed a guy. So I think this is supposed to be like the very end of the hero mission, I think. Whatever. Whatever. Let's just go back and see if we can find him. Here with my knife. It is quite the image though, just it's like one thing seeing Shadow with, you know, the MP5, just seeing him with a knife. Kinda wild. Anything else in here? Nope. Ah. This is the last one. Gotcha. Yeah, this is the last one. Missed the bus again, I see. Don't worry, sir. Just ignore the knife. Come over here. I promise I will heal you. Catch. There we go, we win. That was like 15 minutes.
I will protect the people of the Ark.
I will protect the people of the Ark, damn it. Somehow I got an A rank for that. Good golly, Miss Molly, I have no idea how. Just like, how is that an A rank? 13 minutes for an A rank. Why? Yeah, we've already seen Maria get shot here, so let's just do the heavy dog rematch. Here we go. Nice that we actually start off with 10 rings here. 10 rings which are immediately gone. Ah yes, swift judgment. No lust for revenge here, unfortunately. Again, I feel it makes more thematic sense for this level to take place after the Ark, which unfortunately, of course, means for that you'd have to do the Dark mission, which... obviously, I wouldn't recommend anybody do. Ah yes, a nuisance in the fact that they block my homing missiles. Ah yes, Mantis Platoon. Thank you for giving me more ammunition. If God had wanted you to live, he would not have created me.
How dare you harm Maria, disgusting humans.
After everything I did for you in that last level and healing you constantly, you still killed her, you monsters! And little did Shadow know that in his quest for revenge, he likely ended up killing another Maria out there. More Sonic games needs boss fights, Blue Falcon, Egg Dealer. There feels... You want more boss fights like Egg Dealer? Really? Like, self-sabotage the boss? Like, Heavy Dog and Blue Falcon I get, but Egg Dealer, no.
How can this be?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a tonal shift compared to the trauma we were going through last time. It's like, all of a sudden, we end up in the middle of a jungle with all these fake shadows. Throwing everything that Shadow believes right out the window. Not Shadow Fever! Again, self-sabotage the boss. Android. Am I an android too? Very Shatner of you, Shadow. William Shadowner. Shadner. Anyways, yeah, we're just going to mess around and fight all of Eggman's robots here for a little bit. I mean, yeah, I do kind of see the appeal of an Eggman boss fight attacking himself like that, but like, Surely there had to have been a better way of implementing that than how blatantly self-sabotaging Egg Dealer was. I'm sorry, just... Sure, Egg Dealer may have been a fun boss fight, debatably. Obviously goes a lot better if you actually have a gun on you. But good boss fight design, good robot design, I must sadly disagree. Also, I was wondering when you'd show up to one of these streams, BZ. I figured this would be one that you'd be into. It's like, yeah, Shadow, it's so good to see you again, buddy. It's like, where the hell have you been this entire conflict? You look like you... I can't help it. This is the only way I can raise the platform. Yeah, give me the tank gun. What do you mean, nice vehicle? I feel that was something to do with cut content there. At least that's the sense I get. Ow. Ah yes, remember the Bigfoot, even though Bigfoot wasn't on Prison Island? It's like Flynn getting all his references constantly wrong. Like Hotshot, yeah, that was on Prison Island. Bigfoot was in City Escape. No, I don't fancy getting in, thanks. I need to go this way. Bonk. Ah yes, the second half. Yes. Yeah, I do quite like the tank gun. No idea how it works, but it is super goofy as hell, but I love it. Just this and the Gatling gun. Just, I don't know, just something about the really sort of goofy, overpowered weapons in this game I just love. It's like, there's elements about this game which I really like, and there's elements of this game that I really don't like. It's just... sort of frustrating in a way. Gonna say this shouldn't work. Yeah, exactly, because where do the shells go? It's like there's an entire part of the tank in which, the shells go into the actual gun, which then fires. But here it's just, nah. I think we can just, skip this particular portion. Yeah, we can. Alright, take care, Robotnik. Just watch out for Omega. He seemed rather angry. Yes! If God had wanted you to live, he would not have created me. I'm not in a facility I'm not trapped in a facility full of robots. You are trapped in here with me. Oh. I think I missed one. That seemed like a, oh. Okay, so there were exactly 28 in the level. If it's badass fire idea, then it works.
I have a use for the doctor.
Whatever you say. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, because tank gun is cool in this game, so... There's that.
Perfect.
So anything about Shadow the Hedgehog, they're probably not going to be... Good to know. Good to know. I'll be sure to keep that in mind for the future.
Detected. Approaching this direction.
Yeah, this whole level is just one big sort of, plot revelation. Just this, and I suppose Lava Shell, just the whole... carry the whole sort of Shadow Android story arc from heroes on their backs.
Please, I need to know. Those androids, the ones that look like me.
What is this voice direction I've been given? Marty!
What?
You and Omega are my creation. But you betray me as you stand here before me. So now, I will destroy
Really do? Yes, I've heard.
you into scrap metal.
Oh no, my disappointment is immeasurable.
This is what you get for turning against your master.
Alright, let's do this. Round 2 with Eggbreaker. This time he has laser eyes. And this time I have a machine gun, ho ho ho. What is that? Oh, that was Shadow Android. I thought that was me doing that weird idle animation. Funny that the free variants are so different and difficult. Yeah, I did mention that earlier on in the stream, where this is obviously the easiest, and then the Cryptic Castle one is also pretty easy, and then there's the Mad Matrix one, which is, the Mad Matrix one. Nice job, Shadow! Thank you for helping me out! Very next cutscene. Shadow, when did you get here? Why are you working? Yeah, just, I feel the, whole morality thing that this game tries to go for really doesn't match up with the storylines a lot of the times, and now Shadow just say like, oh, that was weird. That whole... Yeah, that whole android thing, yeah, that was weird. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, the cyber... Mad Matrix Breaker is really annoying, but the other two is stupid. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what they say! Again, the way Black Doom phrases this, it really doesn't feel like Black Comet would be a last level. Game feels incredibly schizophrenic. I mean, obviously, when you're just jumping from storyline to storyline, it does. I think if you just go, like, the pure routes for each one you go for, like, just pure semi-hero, pure true dark, pure neutral, etc., I feel it makes a fair bit more sense. Funny, a lot of the bosses either really blast to blow up or a drag. Yeah, Diablon comes to mind. Thankfully, we already dealt with Diablon, so we don't have to worry. Also, we're not gonna be destroying all the robots here, since we already did that, so... It's time to just, go over here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to destroy these robots in order to... Let's use the katana for this. Oh, so it actually one-shots the robots. That's pretty neat. I warned you not to cross me, Dante. The power of the Black Comet will still be mine. And I'll finally be able to prove I'm the strongest of those brothers. Wait, I can't use the Yamato when I'm on the board? That's a shame. Alright, so you just step into the goo, just dip a piggy toe into the goo, and then you just die instantly. Good to know. Alright, I think I'm gonna use the heal gun again, just to use that tech, because, we don't need, I think, to kill anyone here for the most part. Having hundreds of routes that makes the cut... does make the cutscenes hard to line up. Yeah, I do get that at the very least. Yes, we're actually teaming up with Knuckles this time.
Hey, try going up.
I have no idea what I'm doing here, Shadow. It's like they needed somebody to fill out a team member slot for this particular level, and I guess I was it. I mean, honestly, I feel they could have easily just made this just true neutral as opposed to hero, but I guess they really needed to stick to the format they got. Get over here, you. I need to do the healing. Because the healing is less rewarding, more rewarding than the hurting. Like if it reflects how lost Shadow is. Shadow does not know what he's doing, he's so desperate to find a meaning, he's just going... Yeah, I do definitely get that sort of mentality, just, again, mentioned this a fair few times already, I feel this game would have been better if it was just, instead of the 10 endings we got, instead we just got 3 more focused storylines that we could focus on, just Hero, Neutral, and Dark, with, you know, more comprehensive, longer campaigns, with Super Shadow fights at the ends of them. Because I think I already did mention, a Super Sonic vs. Super Shadow boss fight in this game would have been awesome. Or, you know, Super Shadow versus Super Neo Metal Sonic, or, again, Double Doom. Just, like, the possibility of just having 3 Super Shadow boss fights in this game is a concept which I'm not gonna let go as to thinking it's super cool. Like, I get what you mean, but I just feel if it's focused a little bit more on just having free routes as opposed to just the jumble that we got here. I feel that could have gotten a more comprehensive and better experience, for lack of a better word. Anyways, yeah, I guess this is how you do the hero route in this game. Just you abuse the healing cannon. They would have 4 stronger story routes where you can choose. It does make up a break. I mean, I suppose, but at the same time, there are already stuff like A ranks and the keys and expert mode. So, I'd say in terms of replayability, I'm pretty sure this game already has that in spades. That's, and I'm not saying that you have to be stuck to one route the whole time, so I like the idea of just having like half the game being able to have you go between various routes until you settle on one like halfway through. Like, maybe have something like Skytrips be like this pivotal point in the story where you have to actively choose a side to go with. I mean, I say Skytrips because that's sort of the one which feels the most grandiose. And I think Skytroops is cool. Also, look at this. You could just... Well, never mind. Seeing what the vision would be, it would just... With just the free... Yeah. Then again, I suppose it's just a another could-have-been scenario, good, isn't it? You know, I'm just gonna hurry on through here. Come on, Knuckles. Just also, how is Knuckles supposed to get all for any of this? Because considering, you know, touching the pink water equals death. It's like Knuckles, I guess, is just kind of screwed in that regard. Maybe for a Shadow I mean, potentially, but then again, I know that Izuka's gone ahead and saying that they're not going to be in the business of making remakes for the foreseeable future, considering the resources it would take. And in all honesty, I am of the opinion that I'd rather see new things in this series. Rather than just rehashing a lot of the same character and plot elements for the ad nauseum for the rest of time. And at the very least, saying the depressed ending, I feel at the very least, even just going with 4 endings would have probably been a bit more focused as well, where you could have just like just take out the semi-dark ending and then you could just have the Shadow Android ending, the depressed ending, the true dark ending, and the true hero ending. And I feel that I still think even then you could have reorganized a fair few levels to be a bit more focused. I feel it's especially prevalent as well in the hero story, because a lot of the levels in the hero routes, Shadow doesn't really seem all that heroic. Like, Lost Impact comes to mind especially, where he's like, this is like taking candy from a baby Kakarot. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Think of how much of that level I just skipped. Yep, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just... Can I actually make it over there with a spin dash? No, I can't.
Damn, not here.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to kill this guy. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Knuckles. Damn. That's rough, buddy. I like how true dark and semi-dark, because you can see 2 versions of Evil Shadow, Black Arms, and Return of Esther. I mean, I do get that, but I feel at the same time the endings are so similar that they could have just been rolled into one episode. Where maybe maybe one storyline with 2 split endings, where you could have Shadow just be the ultimate soldier, Black Doom's ultimate soldier, or you could have just had him betray Black Doom and decide to just doom humanity for the sake of fulfilling Gerald's final wish. That's another thing as well that I mentioned earlier. Just, I feel, especially when it comes to the true dark ending, that There could have been... Gerald could have had a lot more of a presence in there, because, like, Gerald only has, like, one voice line at the start of Gun Fortress, and... I don't know, the return of SA2 Shadow just sort of feels like it comes out of nowhere from that regard, considering he's just been in lockstep with Black Doom the entire time.
There it is. The Chaos Emerald that those black
Well, there's the end of the level. Glad it looks like you're having good... Oh yeah, I do definitely still enjoy this game.
Do whatever you need.
I'm still of the opinion that all the Sonic games you could possibly need can be found on the GameCube between, you know, the Adventure games, Heroes, Mega Collection, Gems Collection, Riders, and this. Like, if the series had ended here on the GameCube, then I probably would have been fine with it, in all honesty.
Shadow.
Doctor?
Hand those 6 Chaos Emeralds to me, like a good boy.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore that whole android thing from earlier. Just give me the Chaos Emeralds.
Job, Shadow. You've done well. Now hand them over.
We'll say that SA2 Shadow could have been more built up. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Dark Story, along with learning more about the Black Arms, could be more looking into Gerald's psyche. Just, I sort of like the idea of the Dark Story being this more sort of messed up psychological tale as Shadow sort of follows in the footsteps of Gerald's rapidly deteriorating mind. Heck, maybe we could have actually seen Gerald's execution. I'm sort of joking about that at the very least, but that's the sort of dark depths that I feel the true dark ending probably should have gone. Alright, I forgot. Mephiles wouldn't have existed until then. To each his own. To each his own. Again. Self-sabotage the boss. I think I can just, yeah, come over here real quick. Oh yeah, I can just spin dash over there as well. Just want to check. I don't think there's actually any guns on this particular arena, which is kind of a shame. Get over here, you. My job is to blow up, and I don't want to know nobody. My credit card information, damn you, Shadow! Unfortunately for you, Knuckles, there aren't any projectile weapons in this particular boss fight. So we're just gonna have to, settle for Robotnik dropping them here. Again, I feel, at the very least, that we're gonna, go whole hog into this whole, self-sabotage thing. An option to have weapons spawn instead of rings, I feel, would have been better off, because I don't think you necessarily need rings all that much in this particular boss fight, as opposed to rings. I mean, rings compared to weapons. It's like guns would be more beneficial to me here than a few extra rings. No, 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 no! No, 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 no! Get over here, you! I'm not finished with you yet. Not one of you is gonna survive this. Ah yes, double explosion. Heck yeah. The funniest Sonic games in my opinion are the 2 Shadow games because you get a lot of powers. I don't know, I didn't find Shad Gen to be all that funny, to be honest.
This can't be.
3 weapon spawn would be... Yeah, exactly. It's like, I wouldn't have thought we'd be agreeing on so many things, BZ. I thought you'd just be, Shadow's strongest warrior. Defending everything to the hilt.
Perfect.
And there we go. Now we get to kill Eggman again. Any last words, Robotnik? Eggman, egg face, egg poopy poopy butt. There, I said it. I said the funny thing.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
How dare you defy me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it. In terms of all 10 endings,
Only I know
This feels like sort of the most nothing burger of them all. It's like the ultimate and true neutral. He's just like, yeah, screw everybody. No one tells... I'm the only one who knows best. Again, just feels like the most nothing burger ending. Arguably the most true neutral ending of them all, weirdly enough. This game with all my heart is still some things are good. Yeah, that's a fair way of saying it. Just again, nothing's perfect, and it's healthy to be able to see the flaws in something and see how they could be fixed. In theory, at the very least, because obviously this is never going to get fixed. It is what it is, and it could have been better. Yep, Shadow cracked the egg. He used his Chaos Emerald powers to make the screen go black, and I think that's free for free endings of Shadow just outright killing Robotnik by just karate chopping him in the head. Yeah, even here, just the music track here is the same as the True Dark ending, which really makes me think that this ending was just the whole Black Comet ending just feels like more of an afterthought, especially considering just how anticlimactic Black Comet seems. It doesn't really feel like a final level. I mean, obviously, you get told it's a final level because, well, we have to wrap this up somehow, but even then, just don't really get that sort of final level feeling from it, compared to Final Horn Gun Fortress or Lava Shelter or the other level which we're going to be doing next week. Yeah, I think I'll let this one play out. Do wish Semi-Dark had its own song? I think there were a couple of songs which were planned for... I mean, obviously I previously mentioned All of Me, which I think was the original theme song for Semi-Hero. Either that or Broken, that was another one, which, again, Broken was also in the Project Shadow fan film. Semi-Dark was released in Tree. Well, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Just feels a lot more underbaked compared to the other four branching endings. Which obviously means, outside of one particular level, the next two streams are probably going to be us on the up and up, because we're not going to be doing the Doom again. Yeah, I like Broken as well. That and All of Me, just, both Sins of the Divine Mother tracks I just generally think were good. Just really is a shame that they didn't make it into the final. I know that they were brought back for, Reloaded. I remember that at the very least. So, yeah, they're nice tracks to brew to. I think that's a good way of putting it. Also, look at all this imagery, which we didn't actually see in this playthrough. It's like, whoa, the space colony outbrew at the White House! When does that happen? Of course, we already did it, so we already know, so... Scott Uchida. Well, there we go. Again, I do think it's going to be interesting to see... Assuming that the next game we're getting is a Shadow game, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that, but... Anyways. That's going to be all for me, I believe. There's one thing I keep forgetting to do, is just quit out of every level and view the recaps. I'm going to have to remember to do that next week. I wanted to do it here, but... Actually, you know what? Since we're here, I want to see if I can get one particular thing working. I'm just going to have to fish out another controller first. And just sort of hope this works. Because, I suppose you could say it's an off-brand GameCube controller. It's a Switch controller, technically. Okay. Let's see if this works. That's the wrong control. There we go. I wanted to showcase off multiplayer a little bit. What was my route? Alright, let's have a look in the library real quick. I'll have a look in the library. Out of all these different ones, which I definitely got legitimately. think it's more sort of around here, methinks. No, that's not it. That's not. There we go. I think we're on the right track now. Just answer derived from truth, I believe it is. Action replay? No, I just have a fancy schmancy memory card. I got this save file off the internet. Anyways, let's mess around in multiplayer a little bit. Obviously, you have 3 of these mooks to mess around with. Obviously, these ones came back. These chrome-plated fellas came back in IDW. As far as I'm aware, I think these guys are sort of the weakest ones, in that they just have bazookas. Whereas I think either these guys or just the neutral ones are sort of the strongest, because they can actually just use any weapon you can find. Obviously, free game. I do quite like that render of Shadow, though. No idea what kind of gun he's wielding, but I do think that's a cool render. Just gonna go for a 1-game match. So obviously we have, I think this is supposed to be Air Fleet, Gun Fortress, and Lava Shelter. Lava Shelter seems like the most distinct one. At least I think this is Air Fleet. I think this could also be Gun Fortress, in all honesty.
I know you're just a fake. Let's see which one of us is the fake, then.
I'm gonna point at you also. So yeah, it's as opposed to more traditional Sonic multiplayer. This is just This is just deathmatch, 2-player deathmatch. We're just constantly running around this particular area trying to shoot and destroy the your opponent. Yeah, give me your assault rifles. Oh yeah, and we also have mechs on this level. Mechs on this particular map. I'm not sure they're most particularly used for playing as pink and... Well, yeah, they are the strongest, but at the same time... Don't want to leave out just red and yellow. Considering they can use any weapon in the game. At least any weapons on the map. Like, they can use the assault rifles, they can use the swords, they can use pretty much anything. Also, yeah, the multiplayer battle theme is just Radical Highway. Because of course it is.
Shadow, this is my favorite level, Shadow. Shadow.
Wait, yeah, frame rate still seems a lot more stable here compared to the PS2 version. I'm just gonna say that much. Alright then, let's just, I was gonna say let's do some homing attack duels, just like in SA2, and... Oh! It sort of works. Let's see how... I was gonna say let's see how high we can go, but I guess not.
Get out of my sight.
Do you like the 2-player mode? It's so chaotic. Continue? No. No. Let's switch characters. I'm going to be pink, because that color seems more fitting to me nowadays. Boys used to wear pink, you know. And let's have a look at Gun Fortress. This is obviously Gun Fortress, I can tell because of the weird lake underneath, and look at that. I am pink.
Let's see which one of us is the fake, then.
And obviously in terms of aesthetics, the blue one is my favorite, but, well, here we are. And of course, the thing about these particular androids is they have guns on their arms, and obviously the pink and the blue one are the best one because they get machine guns, and machine guns are the best weapons in the game. Generally speaking, in terms of just general gameplay. Part of me does kind of wish there were a couple more maps along here, but I suppose in terms of multiplayer, this one wasn't really one. Feels like a bit more of an afterthought. Oh, I see. So I guess the frame rate goes a lot smoother the closer you are together. At least that's how it feels. Yeah, again, you get more mechs here. I mean, this is obviously Gun Fortress. Imagine if there was a multiplayer map based on, like, Final Haunt or something. Or, you know, Westopolis, or... Oh, and there's also a timer, just so you can't run around here forever.
This can't be. Get out of my sight, android.
That was kind of brutal. Just shot him in the heart and he just fell over and died instantly. Okay, and lastly, let's go over Orange and Geen.
Very well. Let's do this.
And we'll play around in arguably what might be my favorite level of the three. It's Lava Shelter. It's just Lava Shelter. Yeah, the green one has a fair bit of swagger there. And yeah, they basically just have infinite ammo rocket launchers. You think that would be super powerful, but again, no auto-aiming, so it's not as good as you think. And look, this is like one of the few levels, it's like the only multiplayer level which actually has dynamic stuff which you can interact with. Mainly just, you can raise the lava. Also, yeah, the androids with guns attached to them can't pick up weapons. Just thinking, imagine if we could play as these guys in the single player, like, as 100% super completion bonus. You could play as the guys with the you could play as like the blue guy with a machine gun, or the green guy with a rocket launcher. Well, you know, just customize your own shadow android. That'd be a fun little side thing, right? Explosion radius is pretty big on this thing, but again, not as powerful as the machine gun ones, unfortunately. Time to send you to the scrap heap.
This can't be. Get out of my sight, android.
You know, I've never actually seen that many mods for this game to put the multiplayer characters into single player. And I suppose it wouldn't be the most difficult, just something I don't really tend to see. Anyways, I think that's good enough. I'll see you next week where we go through the semi-hero routes, and hopefully get on some better storylines and some more fun levels. But until then, thank you for tuning in tonight. Sorry that some of the levels weren't exactly the most pleasant to go through and end up getting lost a fair bit of the time, but hopefully we'll be on the up and up from here. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.